Welcome back to All Sorts of Sports.
All sorts of sports.
Yeah, it's a somber mood today, but we're going to start off with something positive. So, Keem, go ahead and announce your shit, man. I'm so happy for you, bro. Like, this shit is amazing.
We had a virtual baby shower over the weekend. Myself and Alicia, my girlfriend of almost 5 years now. And we're expecting, of course, everybody knows that our son, but we announced his name this weekend at the virtual baby shower. His name will be Hendrix Adonis Holloway. And he's due January 1st, 2022.
See, that was my look. I had the same look. I was like, this shit is awesome.
That's a good name.
He made for something. Like he
gotta be great.
Something. Or I'm telling you, great fucking boxing name. I mean, amazing fucking boxing name, bro. Like, coming down to the ring, Hendrix.
There we go.
Man, they already dubbed him Henny.
Oh yeah. Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Be a fucking pre-fight ritual. Everyone should fucking downing bottles of Henny.
Henny for Hendrix.
I'm guessing Hendrix Jimmy. Anything to do with it?
Actually, not completely. That was one of the reasons I was okay with it. Alicia came up with it. And like we wanted to pick names first and middle that had meaning. Hendrix is taken from like the German name Heinrich. And Heim means like home. And Rick means ruler or power. And Adonis
Slick Rick
means,
the ruler. I'm sorry.
Hey. And Adonis means handsome lord. So that was one of the things that like played into it for us.
Black royalty being born.
Hey, there we go.
Bing bong.
All right.
Love it. Congrats, man.
Yeah,
Yes,
congrats,
sir.
dude. That's awesome.
Thank you.
All right, we had to start off with something positive because some bad shit happened today. Young Dolph was at a cookie spot in Memphis getting cookies for his mom, or just getting cookies, spot he frequents, and some people rolled up and essentially killed him, shot him to death and shit. There's videos out there. Don't look. You just see like an arm hanging out the window. Shit is terrible. Yeah, it fucked my whole mood up. So, anybody have words? Because I for one listened to Dolph like well before any of this shit happened. So I'm sure everybody else here did too. So
I listen to Dolph. I'm not like I'm a huge fan, but I listen to Dolph. I'll give like whatever album he dropped a try. To see if it's good. He always has a banger or two. He has literally one of my favorite diss records of all time. Don't play with me, play with your bitch. Like he was killing. Hey, that shit is hard. Like I was just listening to it to prepare for this. I just want to say, because my girl is from Memphis and she made me listen to Dolph a little bit more. And like this, like it was just sad. It's just sad, man. Like, because Dolph is, I mean, not at the level Nip was doing it, but he does give back to the community. He gives back to, he pours himself into his community. Like James mentioned that he was at the cookie spot he promoted like literally a week ago. Mm-hmm. Like he was promoting the cookie spot just in Memphis, like, hey, come get some cookies here. This is the best cookie spot in Memphis, whatever. And so it's just a sad thing, man. My mind always goes to like family. First thing, like he has a wife and kids. He got a wife and kids. Like that's my first thought. Like, damn, like that's just sad. I just empathize. It's sad.
Yeah, and I watched a couple like news clips of just like what the local news stations were saying, and you could see like on the faces of like, I think it's like Fox 13, they're the two people announcing it clearly knew Young Dolph like personally, and just how much he had given back to the community, turkeys at Thanksgiving and Christmas, presents in the winter, food drives, all of that. And yeah, just it sucks.
Yeah,
it really does.
I
OT
can't say
Genesis Cut It with Young Dolph is still an absolutely fire track.
I can't say that I've listened to any of his music really, but you could just see the outpouring of support here today. That there's a very, very important guy missing in a lot of people's lives today, and that fucking blows more than anything to me. I think it just I mean, I don't buy the black on black violence thing, but I will say that as far as my other brothers and everybody around the country, we do need to stop being pawns and letting us exterminate ourselves. I think more than anything, we need to figure some shit out, because this shit's happening entirely too much, especially in everybody's own hood. When you got somebody that's going to put somebody else on, or potentially help everybody come on up. We need to take care of those guys that make it off the block.
Yep. And I want to send another prayer out to Key Glock, because after this happened, deleted Instagram, Twitter. Not sure what he's going to do. Hopefully he has people around him now that shower him with love and support, because I know damn sure he needs it at this moment. And I hope he doesn't do anything crazy.
There are reports that like Gotti's restaurant privé was shot up, and Black youngsters' grandmother's house was shot up. Allegedly, those aren't true. And that doesn't happen. I hope we don't fall into that. But yeah, it's just sad all around. Empathize with, sending positive energy to, like I said, his kids and his family.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's get into the picks.
In further sad news.
Yeah. K-Dot. No, this is sad news for you. K-Dot. It is no longer the K-Dot week. You remember you got 5 right?
Tell me more, sir.
Ryan got 4.
Oh, bitch! Oh, you little bitch! How you like the 4, bitch?
Can I cut you off real quick? Okay, because I wanted to say this when I got 5, but I didn't, because I didn't want to seem like I was being a hater. He got 4. Ryan got 4 right out of 11. K-Dot got 5 right out of 16. There's a difference in the percentage numbers. I don't think we should just call it we got to look at those percentages.
Nope.
Can't just be who got the least right. He had less opportunities. If he had 16, probably got 6. Probably got 2 more right. So that's all I'm saying. I just don't think it's fair. But it is what it is. It's not a King week. I know that. But I don't think it's fair to be it's a Ryan week. That's just my opinion.
I appreciate the support.
Hey, Keem, fuck you too.
No. I say no to this, right?
I can't wait to look. Let's hear the total rankings, though. Let's hear the total.
The total's funny as well.
Yes, let's go with that.
Right. So you guys ready?
Yes.
Yep.
All right. So last week Ryan got 4.
Mm-hmm.
K-Dot and Keem, you both got 6, and I got 8. All right. Season total. K-Dot, you got 85. Keem, you got 85. Ryan, you have 87. They caught up to your ass, boy. And I'm at 103.
Yeah, you know what? I know you're cheating. You're in there changing your picks, and I'm too lazy to go back and
No,
figure it
it's
out.
all on the Twitter. Follow us on Twitter. ASOS podcast on.
Sure.
Damn, I thought I had 8. Fuck, I fucked up.
I did.
All
I
right.
totally fucked up, because I try to match what it is that's on the Yahoo for whatever the picks are, but I fucked up being around Mauricio last week. Just cut.
Yeah. I mean, we'll blame him. It's fine.
Yeah, that's who I'm blaming too. That piece of shit.
All right. So, is there any game from last week that you guys want to touch on?
Yes, there is.
All right, go ahead.
The mighty Washington football team beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers last week, and you thought we're just going to gloss right on over that? No, sorry. Okay, look, I wasn't texting anybody. My phone was it was basically, don't fucking talk to me because we can jinx this thing. Every fucking play was just hard to believe it was fucking happening. When you had Tom Brady throwing 2 fucking picks in the first half, it was okay, what is happening right now? But yeah. the best part about it, and there's nobody's going to be able to take this away from him, the drive to end the game by Washington at the end was one of the most brilliant things I've ever seen watching football in a very long time. It was methodical. And I know that everybody, we could go back and we could talk about the injuries that Tampa Bay had sustained. what it is that their secondary being decimated, the fact that they didn't have Antonio Brown, whatever. No one gave us a shot in this fucking game. And the fact that we went in there, lose Chase Young, and still be able to be victorious, and Taylor Heineke looks like if there's Tom Brady on the sideline, he brings his fucking A game. And I love it because he dude's just a baller. Like that to me was cool. I am not saying this victory is indicative of anything else is happening in the rest of the season. I have no idea what the victory means at all. I just know that if you're looking at moments in seasons for a lot of teams, if you look at that drive and who the opponent was, a lot of times you look at a moment like that and you're like, okay, that was the game changer for the rest of a team season. I'm not saying that just yet. I don't know what this means. The NFL has been extremely weird this year. So
I actually think that could be it for you guys. But the problem for me, and also I think because Chase Young is out for the year, I think that's one of those things that can galvanize a team. And I think like usually it can be, if you guys were successful, like 8-2 or some shit, I would think it would do the opposite. But because you're like, you had higher expectations and you struggled a little bit to begin the season. And now it's like, I think you guys would do the opposite of that because he got hurt. I think it's like, oh no, like we're still good. Like, no, we're going to ride for him now. Like we might, like I said, you'll finish like I said before the season, 7, 8, 9 wins, something like that.
And I think that was another key part of it was that when Chase, apparently he gave the speech at halftime. And then after halftime, he came back out on the field and he was on the crutches on the sideline. But you don't see a lot from a lot of players anymore. They usually keep them there in the locker room. And from what I understand with Chase, at least for the home game, he wants to be there on the sideline. I'd rather his ass just stay home and just get healthy, get ready for next season. But I understand what he's doing. He's a fucking major big-time leader on that team. You see the guys that just come around him and just get energized was fucking dope as hell. Chase is that kind of leader. But Shaka Toney actually looked really, really good in replacement of him. And I think if you're looking at this team and the upside of it, William Jackson playing like ass, and he had a couple bonehead moves in this game, but he had a damn good game overall. And then come to find out for the last how many weeks he's actually been hurt. And now he's getting healthy and it looks like the defense kind of might be moving in the right direction. We've always been good against the run all year. And other than the last 3 weeks, we've been able to move the ball pretty fucking good on offense. It just looks like maybe this is the moment. I guess we'll see who I pick later.
Getting Casey Toohill some burn. He looked pretty good. I was shocked.
You wanted to talk about last week's games. I have two. One, I wanted to mention the Patriots. I just didn't see that coming. I didn't see it coming at all. Like even like them winning isn't like super surprising, but them winning in that fashion is like it's how they it was like Tom Brady was the fucking quarterback. Like they played like Bill Belichick. All shouts to him. Like they game plan the shit out of that game, shut down Cleveland's offense completely, and they look like a playoff team right now. Second game, the one I did see coming. I want to talk about that. 41-14. Yeah. Chiefs, Raiders, baby. Y'all started off the season so well. Like it was, you guys were doing so well. And it's just like, you guys are going to be back. You're back. Just win, baby. Just win. And all over my fucking timeline, I see the ASOS podcast, account tweeting shit, about the Raiders. And I see the Raiders and shut that shit down. That's all I got, really. I'm just kidding. Like, I don't care. Like, I just wanted to poke some fun at James. I love you, James.
Love you too. In response to that, let me say something that Tim Brown tweeted. After that ass whooping we took from the Chiefs, where Mahomes threw for 5 touchdowns. At Raiders, this is the next day. 24 hours later, I'm reminded of the 89 season when in training camp we lost a starter and a leader on our team. We couldn't visit him or text him to say, I got your back. He was gone forever. Now, he is talking, oh, crap. He's talking about
the player,
Stacey Turan.
Yeah.
He passed away in a car accident in the preseason. All right. Now, he said, we couldn't go. All right. So he was gone forever. It took the team almost half the season to exhale. Right now, everyone thinks they're okay, but they really aren't. The day will come when you can breathe again and move on. Keep fighting, boys. A better day's ahead.
Hold on. Yeah. What is that? What is the equivalent of that to?
Ruggs and Gruden. All the shit that's happening.
Yeah.
So a player dies in training camp. We're saying because of John Gruden's emails and he's home because of his racist shit. That it's the same thing.
No,
like, what the
I
fuck?
Just said, and
Gruden's not dead.
Okay.
Like, you'll go visit Gruden.
It's not that. It's not that.
It's not. It's not about like. I'm not like you only
just saying
hung on to Gruden. You only hung on to Gruden. You only hung on to Gruden. I said Ruggs too. Somebody died in that situation, and you can't go and talk to Ruggs either. And this happened during the season. So
Ruggs is at home.
Yes, but somebody. Okay.
Listen to what I'm saying. He's saying a lot of shit happened. Like serious shit happened, and players say it's the next man up. But that's not really the case. Mentally, you're not there. Okay, fair.
You can think you are, but you're not. There's a distraction, and that's why they're not playing well.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, you bring up a teammate like Don in fucking training camp compared to the other two things. It just doesn't feel right. Feels a little icky. I'm sorry. That's just me. It just felt a little icky.
He's talking about a starter on the team, a leader in the locker room that passed away. And he said, we played that season saying the same shit that the team now is saying. And then it took half the season to figure this shit out. Like, hey, we actually aren't okay. So that's him speaking from experience. So that's all I wanted to say. Hey, I'm not giving no excuses to the team. We play like shit.
Do we get half points each for the Lions Pittsburgh game?
No.
Do I get a full point because I had the balls to take Detroit?
Nope.
Damn it.
God damn it. That game was bad. We lost Alec Ingold, our fullback to torn ACL. Our offense really needs a good fullback, and he's really one of the best ones in the league. So yeah, we're shit out of luck. But
okay. I did want to hit on, so like when I was talking about shit about the Raiders, but like I was joking, I really wanted to hit on like the Chiefs. And so like I wanted to kind of look at their losses, right? So I would call their first loss of the season against the Ravens, that's a revenge game loss. That's y'all been kicking our ass for 3 years. We owe you one. That's that kind of loss, right? Okay. And then they lost to the Chargers. It's kind of like to me, the Ravens lost to the Bengals. That's a division game. Like it can go either way. It doesn't like it holds weight, but it doesn't at the same time. Look at the Bills loss. That's also a revenge game loss. The Bills should have beat their ass in the playoffs last year, but they lost. And that's for me, okay, we flipped. Like, we owe you fucking one. Like, here's this because we owe you fucking one. And then Titans, same thing. And so I'm just looking at the Chiefs' losses, and it's like, okay, some shit. You guys have had a lot of great luck. Kind of like how, compared to NBA, the Warriors had during their run. You just had a lot of good luck. You caught teams at the right time. You caught some lucky breaks. They especially did against the Bills. They did against us in the regular, even though our losses were like in the regular season. But I think for me, some of those losses, even if you go like 2-2 instead of like all four, and you lose instead of losing all four, like you look at the Chiefs differently. Like they've struggled, yes, for sure. But every team, if you looked at every team throughout the league has struggled this year in a way. Like Chargers started off great, and now it's like, they're looking real normal. Like Josh Allen, great. MVP candidate, kind of had some pedestrian weeks. Lamar, same thing. Like if you look at like the totality of all the teams, everybody's kind of struggled. It's been a crazy year, an up and down year. So I don't think we should put I'm just saying, I think this is the changing of the guard for the Chiefs. They flipped it back. I think it's time for them to flip it back, and now you're going to see the playoff team for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I think it's been one of those years where there's no like one team, right? It's not it. It's kind of, there are teams that have absolutely zero fucking chance. But if you're like a top third team, who knows? Like week to week, it's completely different. Like Tom Brady 3 weeks ago looked like 30-year-old Tom Brady. This past week, he looked like 45-year-old Tom Brady. It's just like there's week in, week out, you can get MVP candidate Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, or you can get this 2 years ago regression Josh Allen. Like there's no consistency this year. So I hope that change. I feel like that's going to change as we get towards the end of the year, where teams start to really tighten up for the playoffs. But right now, dude, it's hunting season for every team. Like the Detroit should not have even been close to beating Pittsburgh just because of how bad of a team they are. But like, you have a bad week. Pittsburgh had Mason fucking Rudolph's dented head. Anything can happen.
Yep.
I think right now the AFC, no one's taking control of the AFC. Whereas the NFC, you can see there's a top 3-4 teams. Their AFC is completely wide open. And as a matter of fact, I actually like looking through. I like New England's chances right now. Like if we're going from a week to week sort of thing, it looks like Bill might have it figured out on that defense, which is a big thing. But I think the biggest thing for Kansas City that I take out of this game is Patrick. Like Mahomes started the season fairly hot, and then we all thought maybe he even fucking had the yips. Like it was over for weeks. It was like, where did Patrick Mahomes go? He was not playing it all the way he usually does. But if you look at this last week and you look at the amount of yards he had after catch, his receivers had after catch, he was throwing the ball exactly where it is that he needed to, in taking what the defense is allowing you to have, which is the thing we've been waiting for Patrick to fucking do. If he has done that, I'm sorry. Kansas City is now my favorite out of the AFC just because of him. That defense still has issues, but it's Patrick fucking Mahomes. Like that's, as long as you have him, you are always going to be a part of it because nobody can really stop that. You can't stop that offense. So all you got to do is hope and pray that you can keep up with them and score on that shitty defense. And at the end of the game, you're keeping it out of his fucking hands. Like that's pretty much the game plan. And I think Kansas City, they'll go as far as Mahomes' arm will fucking take.
Well, that and minimize turnovers. That was their biggest bugaboo for the beginning of the season, was the way to beat Kansas City, keep the ball out of Patrick Mahomes' hands. How do you do that? When he fucking hands it to you, right? You get to control time of possession. You played some good teams. They're going to score on you because your defense isn't great. He was methodical. He was methodical this weekend. So shout out to him. I mean, but again, he could, it's week to week. Like Mac Jones looked like a MVP candidate. Mike White did 2 weeks ago too.
It ain't week to week for me with Patrick. It's not week to week with Patrick. I've been waiting for him to wake up. Like to me, it was, I didn't know if he was ever going to wake up again. That was my concern with Kansas City. We've talked every week about whether or not it was time to worry about Kansas City. Right. And I've been saying like, hey, the ball just hasn't bounced their way on top of the mistakes that they're making. Right. Like it's just when it rains, it pours sort of situation for them. But right now, the only thing I've been waiting for is Mahomes. Show me something. Show me you still know how to play. Show me your brother's not fucking inching into your fucking brain and not allowing you to do anything. Like just show me something. And he finally did. 5 TDs. Fucking, he was balling.
Like I said, that's just 1 week. I need to see it for like 2 or 3 weeks before I'm buying back in. That's for sure.
Yeah. I just want to address K-Dot's point real quick about the NFC. I think the NFC is wide open too. Like if you really think about it, you got the Packers at 8-2, you got the Cardinals at 8-2, Cowboys at 7-2, Bucks at 6-3, Rams at 7-3. Those are all teams that can kind of like go up. Like, hey, if we're being honest, the 2 most talented teams are the Bucks and the Rams, and they're not 1-2 yet. You know what I'm saying? I think that they're just as wide open as the AFC.
I think what I'm thinking is I think the division winners are solidified, except for the NFC West.
Okay.
It looks pretty solidified.
The winners in the AFC are solidified because I do.
No, I think
Bills
AFC
are winning the East.
No, not with that. I don't think it's set in stone as far as the AFC East. The AFC North, absolutely not. The AFC South probably just based on the fact of Tennessee's record right now, but I still don't know what it is they're going to be able to do without Baker Henry the rest of the season. And then if I'm looking at AFC West, if Kansas City's turning on, okay. But I mean, all of those teams are a game of within each other. Jesus. Yeah. I just don't see anybody like, all right, we've taken it and we've gone with it.
For me, that's the only real up in the air division. I think the Titans are going to win that. Bills are easily going to win that. I think the Ravens ended up coming out on top in that. And I think the Chiefs is like, okay, maybe the Raiders get it. Maybe the Chargers get it. Like, who knows? That's the only one that's up in the air for me.
Yeah, I disagree. I just disagree.
Also, as far as the NFC goes, I mean, the South and the West, how long is Colt McCoy going to be the quarterback of Arizona?
I think Kyle is coming back this week.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Yep. All right. So let's move on to the picks for this week because we talked about the Chiefs way too much.
Okay.
All right. Tomorrow's game, or today when you're watching, the Patriots versus the Falcons. I took the Patriots.
Falcons.
Okay.
ATL Georgia. What do we do for you?
Oh, K-Dot and Ryan, who you got?
I want to take Atlanta so goddamn bad.
I'm taking the Patriots.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going Patriots.
Cool. Next game. Ravens versus the Bears. I have the Ravens.
Ravens.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, cool. Nice. I can do that line. Last week when we said a team was gonna win, all of us, the team lost. That was funny. All right. Packers and Vikings. I have the Packers.
Vikings.
Packers.
Okay. Keem has the Vikings. Yeah, that's the Packers. Ryan?
Packers.
Okay. All right. So since we're here, are we gonna discuss this bullshit that the Packers are doing or not? You gonna let it go?
What are they doing?
Which bullshit?
They're selling $300 pieces of paper.
Oh,
They can't do shit with, and like there's no point in it at all
Well, you can resell them.
for the same $300.
Yeah. You just say,
What is the point?
it's
So
like
the
buying
point-
a jersey for $300.
Right.
What are you gonna do with that shit?
The point is that everybody buys merchandise with a fucking man's name on them and walks around goddamn town, and there's nothing that can be done with it, especially if the fucking guy gets traded. Like, oh my goddamn jerseys happen to have it. Like, at least
Wait,
with this,
you don't have one jersey of yourself?
no, I don't do personalized jerseys. I just think it's weird. I just think a person that
Yeah,
does
you
them-
should never put your name on your.
You can't
That's
trade
fucking
yourself. Well,
Yeah,
unless
I
you're
just
Ryan.
think that it feels weird to me, even though it feels weird to put another man's name on you. Like the guy with the fake number and like the dude that wants to have 69 in their last name on it. Just a
Yeah, that was
weirdo.
nuts.
so it feels weirder to you to put your own name on your back than another man's name?
It's both
what I was
weird.
getting at.
Nah,
They're
I'm-
all weird. It's
So
all
you
weird.
don't. So you
I'm
don't
rocking
agree with
Subaru
jerseys,
jerseys.
even though you have a bunch of them.
I didn't say that I don't agree with jerseys. I said the jerseys are weird as shit. It's weird to put another man's name on you. It's weird.
Okay.
I do it.
And
It's
what about
weird.
your
It's just
own?
weird. I still
What
think
about
Why are
your
we
that's
even
weird
talking
too.
about this?
Jesus
It's
Christ.
just-
All right.
It's
just
all
listen.
weird. The bottom
Whatever.
line is you
Right.
pay $300 for a piece of memorabilia to a certain degree, but it's something that is legitimate in the sense that you are now a legitimate shareholder in the Packers organization. You do have a vote at the shareholder meeting, and not to mention the $300 that you are paying is helping the Packers put together their new audiovisual shit in the stadium. They're like
Like I said.
revamping all of that. So
Yeah,
like if you're talking
$300
about
to build some shit,
huh?
You're paying $300 so they can build some shit.
No shit. But if you're talking about you're paying $300 to a team that's basically owned by the goddamn town, they don't have a billionaire sitting back behind making decisions like that. They're in a small fucking market. It is a good way to keep the fans fucking involved and have them involved in what happens with the organization. I'm just saying.
It's still fucking stupid.
Yeah, and
Overall,
there's
yeah.
no, like they can't do anything. There's no like what you can't have over 200,000 shares, and you can't have like any voting, like actual voting rights.
Right,
Like
wait,
you're not
well,
gonna
wait.
you're not gonna have any majority anything, right?
Just
No,
let-
unless you get
let's-
all the shareholders together
let's
and you try to
stop.
do it, you still would be.
Let's stop. Here's what it is. It was a fundraiser for their new audio visual. People feel good about investing into their team. Some people buy tickets, some people buy jerseys, some people buy a little piece of paper that says, "Hey, you own a little bit." It's all fucking stupid. Those guys are wealthy. I mean, why are you taking $300 from me? Go ask Aaron Rodgers. Fucking assholes.
He gets paid to play.
Fucking asshole.
Let's move on to the next game. Colts versus the Bills. I have the Bills.
Bills.
Trap game. I'm taking the Bills, but I don't like it.
I'm with Ryan. Like, I really want to take the Colts. I really do, because I do think it's a trap game. But I'm gonna go with the Bills.
Do you see who RG3 has as number one on his MVP list this year?
I don't know.
Steve
I don't
Smith Sr.
subscribe to the industry.
Jonathan Taylor, which was interesting.
All right, so Ryan has the Bills. Keem, you have the Bills.
Mm-hmm.
K-Dot, who do you have?
I had the Bills.
Okay, all Bills all the way through. Cool. Lions versus the Browns. I have the Browns.
Browns. Ryan picked the goddamn Lions to be over with it.
Browns.
Okay, Ryan.
Do it.
Case Keenum might be starting.
DeAndre Swift, legend.
Dan Campbell biting kneecaps, son.
And crying. The tears win you games, man.
Lions.
All right. Cool.
Watch them win that game.
It don't matter.
Oh, to you,
Lift.
Mr. 101.
103.
It's like, fuck you.
Oh, what? You got a fever? Get out of here.
Dickhead. All right. The Whiff versus the Panthers. I took the Panthers.
Give me the whiff.
Oh, Cam.
Give me in my city. Ron Rivera gets his revenge. And I think Cam will have a decent game, but lose like at the end. I think they lose by like 3 or 4. So give me Washington, unfortunately.
Yeah, I will also take Washington. I don't look. The Panthers should win by 30, but they'll lose by 3. Christian McCaffrey's just good, and Cam is good-ish, but Cam can also be real bad.
I see.
Cam was exciting last week. He was really, really exciting last week. He also didn't start or play majority of the game for the Snaps quarterback. His sample size as a starting quarterback recently is not good. And if there's anything the Washington football team has done, is stop all running backs that have faced them. No running back has gone off against Washington all year. We've been pretty good against the run. Christian McCaffrey scares the shit out of me, but I'm just saying, if you're looking at the things that line up, look, the Cam Newton being back home in Charlotte and the energy is the only way Carolina's I think Carolina could win this. And I think it's a legitimate chance because I think Cam is fucking so full of energy and that stadium's going to be rocking.
And he's going to fumble the football.
I'm back. You felt that through your phone or whatever device you were watching that shit on. You felt it. And to know that was an away game, what is Charlotte going to feel like?
Yeah, but he only touched the ball twice. It's hard to turn it over when you've only
he touched it more than twice.
He touched more than twice.
Did
He had like a couple errant throws that I'm
okay, yeah, all right.
But I just want to say, did you guys see the when he was talking about Moses?
Yeah, fam. Why?
Yeah.
Why did he do that?
No, he's like Moses said.
And then he just sat there and pressed the phone and just like, fam, what are you doing?
No, I love it. I love it when you thought he was going to a Bible verse and he was like, and then he said, "Where we at?"
Where we at?
What?
Like Robbie Anderson looking at him like, "Man, what are you doing?"
Robbie Anderson is his his face is so priceless. Plus his hair.
He has two of the best moments in Carolina Panther history the past couple years when he's asking what the fuck the mascot was, and then now sitting next to Cam.
I think it'll be a good game now.
Yeah, it will.
It should be. I'm considering going.
You should.
I might. I did go see Hornets Warriors on Sunday.
Oh, how was that?
It was decent. It was solid. I didn't go off, but I like LaMelo as well. So it was a good game. It was a good game to watch.
I got
Steph
one.
went off last night though.
That game last night. Yes.
Yeah. Well, this is also on the list. I just wanted to know if Ryan had anything to say about Steph Curry.
I'm continually betting his 5.5 threes per game over, and he is cashing me. I also took the Warriors straight up last night because I'm a genius. I look, that's my hill to die on. I'm still up here without oxygen, and I'm just fine with it.
No, just
you trash, boy. Go make me money. That's what's happening right now.
I mean that now you're making that sound racist. I don't want
it's low key racist.
And then you just said, yeah.
Hey, it didn't come out of my mouth.
Fuck's sake. All right. Next game.
Racist.
The Texans versus the Titans. I have the Titans.
Titans at home.
Okay. Anybody else? Like the fuck we do? Well, why is this a fucking
Titans? I think
it's a trap game. Look, every week there's been a team that should not win a game that wins the game. Everybody's looking for the trap game. Okay,
it's a trap game, but I'm going Titans.
All right, so Titan. K-Dot, you had the Titans.
Yeah.
Cool. Team, you had the Titans. Ryan?
Titans.
All right, we're all on the Titans.
I know which one I think my trap game is of the week, other than the whiff.
49ers versus Jaguars. I have the 49ers.
Niners.
Cool. Dolphins and Jets. I have the Dolphins.
Okay. So Joe Flacco is starting for the Jets. And I just want to make it clear that Joe Flacco is elite. Or was elite.
Not against the Dolphins.
2012. But I'm going with the Dolphins.
Right?
Oh, this is my Jets, please.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He's got the Jets and the Lions this week. He can't lose.
You guys are going to be 3 games up on Ryan by the time next week comes around.
That's the plan.
Yeah. Like, he just keeps doing it. Like, weeks in a row.
He is digging himself. Like,
realize,
he could easily just pick the favorites and be up there in the lead with you. He's not. He's choosing not to.
Like, if you remember, like, we were fucking neck and neck.
That's not how I play the game.
You
play to win. The only way I can win.
No, we were neck and neck at one point.
Hey, before we got started, I think we were all neck and neck. 0-0. So,
there was a point in time, K-Dot. No, there was a point in time when your ass is in the dungeon. Keem was in purgatory, and Ryan was close with me, like 4 or 5 games. And
There's
now
also
it's like
time
16 game lead.
K-Dot ass was in the dungeon. Ryan was in purgatory, and I was close with you. But you don't want to talk about that. You want to talk about that, huh?
That's not the shit we're here to talk about.
That's the closest. That's the closest.
Look at you.
All I need is second place.
Why would you do this in Black History
Month? Like a man again. I did win my fantasy football matchup against the number 1 ranked team in our fantasy football league. I didn't feel good about that.
Yeah, and I lost to somebody who didn't set their lineup. God damn. All right. Saints and Eagles. I have the Saints.
I disrespect the shit out of the Eagles. So give me the Saints. I don't think I picked the Eagles this year.
This game was tough for me, but I think Kamara's back.
Give me Boston.
With, Will Smith and Kevin Hart.
I want Boston Scott, fucking stud, and the Eagles.
All right, cool. I mean, that game can go either way to me, but.
Oh, and I have to say, I had a great time in Philly last week. Philly, first time I've ever had a good time in Philadelphia.
Philly's good vibes and then crazy homeless people. But if you like
so many homeless people,
prepare yourself. Well, they're crazy homeless people. They're not like regular, like nice.
I was talking to all of them.
Yeah, crazy. Love them.
All right. Next game, Bengals and Raiders. I have the Bengals.
I have the Bengals.
Good. Ryan?
Bengals.
Raiders. Let's go.
I understand, Keem. I understand.
Let's go.
At this point, I just think it's too much going on, man. Like,
yeah,
I want the Raiders to win, but it's just so much shit.
I think this is they are who we thought they were game for Cincinnati.
It's like fucking Arnett too. Like I forgot about Arnett.
Is this rude to say? I'm just gonna say it, but is this rude to say?
But
when Washington lost Sean Taylor, we went and made the playoffs. Like to some teams, it fucking galvanizes you and it shows you what you fucking got. And you got there, you fucking play for the guy that can't be next to you. I'm just saying that, like,
but when did he died early?
He died in 07. We lost the first game back against Buffalo because we decided to start the game with 10 guys on defense. Buffalo said, "Okay."
Buffalo was fucked up. Yeah, I saw that. That was fucked up.
They threw right over the top. It was shit was hilarious. It's hilarious.
Oh, I remember that.
Wasn't it like a Fred Taylor sweep?
No, it was no. He launched that fucking ball. Like it was something. We started the game with 10. Greg Williams did not talk to Joe Gibbs. Started 10 guys on the defense, and it was like a 30-yard game. We were like, oh, so I guess they didn't care
at all. I was like, damn, that's tough.
And we got the shit kicked out of us against Buffalo, and then we had to go on a run. I think it was like 7 in a row. It was 5 or 7 in a row, and then we won all of them. Clinton Porter's fucking balling out, and that's what we did. We were constantly throwing up the 2-1. The whole city got behind it on the push. I'm just saying that some teams when they face adversity.
You guys were rooting, like you guys were coming together for Sean Taylor. Like the shit with Ruggs, like he fucking did it. So
my thing is like just coming around for the guys in the locker room. Like if you like this to me is if you got a true, I don't want to call Derek Carr not a true leader, but I'm saying that like you got some guys that might be that leader on the team that could be the lightning rod to get everybody on the same page to go do it. Like I just feel like there's certain teams and certain guys that can do that.
See, I don't do like I don't agree. Just like look at the interviews that he had and look at the shit that he's saying and look at the people that talk about him and how he is leading the team. We're just not fucking good enough. Like that's just the end of it. Like look at all the people that are missing from the offensive line.
You're not getting a disagreement out of me. I said the two pretenders in the AFC West were the Raiders and the Broncos. Let's stick with it.
I said it was.
I mean, if our people were there, I wouldn't agree with you. But since like you look and you're like, yeah, who the fuck is this guy?
I still think John Gruden being gone is great for you guys long term, but losing your 2 first round 2020 draft picks is tough for anybody.
Well, I mean, they weren't good. So, Ruggs was all right. Ruggs was all right. Arnett was not good. He was getting better, but he's just not good.
He got better from a low floor.
Yeah.
No, he did.
Well, I mean, he kept getting hurt though. Like there was one game where he got like a concussion and broke his arm and some shit in the same fucking game.
The motherfucker went on social media with a gun in his hand.
I'm tired of talking about the Raiders right now. So let's just move on. All right. Cowboys and Chiefs. I have the Cowboys.
Chiefs.
Okay.
Hey, how many times do you think Diggs is going to get burned before he gets a pick? I'm going 3.
So you going Chiefs too?
Oh yeah.
Hey, I hope he up against Tyreek Hill. He
He'll get his ass lit the fuck up. He might get a pick though.
Have you guys seen his interception percentage?
No, it's low as shit. Gotta be.
No. I mean,
his
interception percentage based on like passes thrown his way is like 15%.
Ooh.
As opposed to like the next closest cornerback is like 8.
Yeah, but what is the percentage of passes over 50 yards
that he's given up?
That he's given up?
I don't know. I do want to look into it more, but I know he's got the highest interception.
Cornerback stats are some of the weirdest to read because if you're a true shutdown, nobody even looks your way. That's what Champ Bailey's stats look like shit.
But then you also got corners that bait the QB into throwing the ball.
And that's Diggs heavy. That's Diggs.
Diggs is heavy with that, but he's too aggressively doing that. He's got to find a balance. But it's
the biggest honor to cornerback is to have 0 passes thrown your way all game.
That was Champ.
Like, that's what you want your stats to look like because that means you are the best.
Yeah, and the best person I've ever seen bait quarterbacks into throwing the ball and getting mad picks was Ed Reed. Period.
Deion Sanders too.
Deion was great at that. So Deion had the athleticism, right? So like
Ed Reed's a safety.
Leave the window, and then think you can make the window. But I'm saying Ed Reed, I think people do not understand the magnitude of what he did to defenses.
Yeah,
I think he's so underrated.
That what was it, the All 22 or something, where they were discussing Ed Reed, Bill Belichick.
It's like his favorite player of all time. Yeah, except for LT.
Fair. All right.
I like defense.
Next game, Cardinals and Seahawks. I have the Cardinals.
Seahawks.
Okay.
Seahawks.
Okay.
Right. 3-1-2-2.
Let Russ microwave a hot pocket.
There we go.
I'm going Cardinals. Cardinals.
All right, cool. But yeah, I mean, for us, it's tough to fucking throw with a broken finger on your throwing hand. So,
I agree. Also, DK Metcalf needs to calm the fuck down.
He's just
won a championship with a broken finger. He'll be all right.
He's a big child. He's just out there like
isn't with the pacifier.
Yeah, he's just slapping around everybody else because he's bigger, and then he just laughs.
He's bigger.
Yeah, he's just like grabbing helmets and shaking them. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do?
It's low-key racist, but still one of the best videos I've ever seen is when DK Metcalf is chasing PFT commentator of Barstool down a hallway. It's fucking insane. It is to think DK Metcalf is chasing you down is a scary thought. I'm sorry, it's just terrifying.
Nah, I'm more scared of James Harrison. That
James Harrison's not chasing you. Like in real life, James. I know the commercial, but I'm saying in real life, James Harrison. I'd be scared if James Harrison was physically chasing me. I'd assume we're shooting a commercial. If he's walking menacingly with like a chain link in his hand, I'm kind of terrible. He seemed like the unmovable, like Darth Vader. Like he doesn't need to move fast. He knows he's gonna get you. It's like you can't hide. Like put a wall
Mike-
between him. I'm fucking down. It's like yeah, he's that guy. He's Michael Myers. He's Jason.
James Harrison will beat the shit out of DK Metcalf,
Yes.
and he'll beat more of the shit out of me. So let's move on.
Harrison Harrison doesn't give a shit. I just see him coming up from behind and just choke me out.
DK Metcalf would get some shots off.
Capitating you, just saying, look, give me this.
Chargers, Steelers. Who's gonna win?
I got the Steelers.
Chargers.
Okay.
Chargers plus 100.
Okay.
Herbert.
Herbay.
You got the Chargers?
Yep.
Cool. I'm going with a pick and a fumble recovery by Joe Hayden in this game. I'm calling it. All right. Giants and Bucks. All right. Y'all have the Bucks?
Bucks.
All right, cool.
And sorry for my tangents. I smoked a little weed before we did this.
All right. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I'm the first to 100. I forgot to mention that.
We kind of
did.
together, you asshole.
I kind of did. I know. I got happy when I saw it. I was like, oh, shit, I'm at 100. Yay.
Yeah, you're having a hell of a picture.
Yeah, too bad I'm not betting on any of this shit.
That's what we need. What we need to do is start going across the river to Ryan's Commonwealth and placing all our FanDuel bets and then scurrying back across the river. That's what we need to start doing.
I'm with it.
I was so angry when I was in DC the other day and I just forgot that it's territorial. And I was sitting there on my friend's couch trying to put in bets, and it was like, you are in an unauthorized location. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I sit in the 7-Eleven parking lot horse race. Bet. That's what I did.
All right, so final thoughts, guys.
Whoever wants to go first, you go ahead.
I already know what you're going to talk about.
Oh, I got one.
I'll go. Yeah.
So I've started my first FIFA career thing today. I don't quite know how all the leagues work. I guess I'm in MLS, which I don't think is good. I'm playing
how
for
the
DC
fuck are
United.
you there?
I just was like, they asked me who my favorite team was. I was like, I guess it's these.
Like, fam, you need to get your ass to Europe.
All right. Well, my player, like, I created myself. I'm pretty fat. I'm short. I'm not that fast.
At least get to Bundesliga. God damn.
All right. Well, I'm guessing I can transfer, right, at some point. Yeah. So, like, I'm kind of building my bones in the MLS and then gonna move on.
This is awesome.
I'm doing what I need to do.
Who's your team?
You know what you should do? You should record
DC
it.
United.
You should record it.
Oh, so you're Wayne Rooney? You're fat, you're slow.
I'm Black Wayne Rooney with like dreads. That's like, but not the long dreads, like spiky dreads. Like again, huh?
Yeah, I'm serious. You should record it.
I'm not recording myself playing fucking FIFA.
You should.
No, because I'm about to get sick of this shit and just create me an all 99 and just start fucking going all out. That's what the fuck's about to happen. No. what I'm doing, I'm trying to learn. And what I still do not understand, and no one can explain it to me, and I feel like Ted Lasso, offsides doesn't make any goddamn sense. I can't understand. I'm constantly offsides. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You mean it don't make sense?
Dude, my girlfriend tries to explain it to me. I don't understand it.
Lead pass. Hey, when you see a dude, when you know you got a fast dude who's like right there on the center back, you fucking lead past his ass and like
right. You lost me at center back. You lost me at center back.
If there was no offsides, it was essentially just be cherry picking the whole game.
I'm not saying I'm still look. I'm playing FIFA to understand more of the game. Yeah. Ted Lasso has lit a fire, and now I'm following it through because it's my favorite show. Yeah, Ted Lasso's the shit. But I, once again, feel like Ted Lasso every time offside's happening. And it's like I'm running past the guy with the ball. Then they show the replay with the fucking shadow in the line. I'm like, the fuck was that? I was like, yeah, but I ran. He had the what? I just don't get it. So I'll get there. I'll get there.
Listen, now that you said that, I'm going to buy FIFA next week for Black Friday so I can play James. Awesome. Just so I can play James. I don't give a fuck about Ultimate Team. That shit is not my thing.
I'm not doing that either.
I like to play online just to play against people randomly, just see how I am. And so, James, I'm just letting you know now. I'm getting it. So
I play video games like an only child. I'm a franchise.
I welcome my friends to play this fucking game because I'm the only one left.
Yep.
Joseph and Mauricio left me like 2 years ago.
I'm disillusioned.
So it's just me.
Also, I learned because of an Arsenal offside, that the rule for offside is in fact not the last defender. It's the last two defenders, but usually one of them's the goalie. So if the goalie is up and there is a defender back and you are in between them, you are still fucking offside.
That shit got me in FIFA. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, you guys are fucking lifers are still learning new shit about offside.
I had to learn it that way.
All right, I'm trying to figure it out. There were two quick hits. Shang-Chi, finally saw it. Damn good. Really good. Still don't hate Eternals as much as everybody else does, but Shang-Chi was amazing. No, beyond FIFA. I think I'm good. Yeah, FIFA.
Cool.
That was it.
All right, Brian?
Yeah, so my Washington Capitals are a little banged up. They still have the best scorer in hockey, and he's in his late mid-30s, 36. That being said, we have been to overtime in 5 games. We have lost in overtime in 5 games. If you don't clear that shit up, boys, it's going to be a long season. But we did beat the Penguins by a touchdown, missed extra point. So that's good.
And I'm sure Ryan will agree with me on this. Just piggyback on his real quick because I didn't remember what I was going to say. The Wizards are legit.
Yeah. The Wizards are legit when Beal's on the court and when Beal's off the court. And that
Beal has not been playing good.
A lot. Well, I mean, he hasn't been playing well. Spencer Dinwiddie is a revelation. Kyle Kuzma is a revelation. Montrezl, I refuse to say it Montrez because there's a fucking L in there and I don't know how it would be silent, is a revelation. That man plays like a man possessed. He will bite you and grab the rebound and dunk in your face. This is a fun fucking team to watch. Here's what sucks. Didn't get tickets but when they still suck. So now I'm going to be paying a premium. God damn it.
I mean, just wait a month or two and then it'll go right back down. So
look at that backhanded diss.
You're welcome.
I'll go. I want to go last.
Nah, my shit ain't like yours.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna say it's 2 things. Number one, it's okay to not be okay. Like that's just a thing that you got to say to people because like we've seen a lot of death recently. I was looking at a podcast discuss the different viewerships over the past since like 1986 and how there are only 2 like prominent Black shows, which was weird. And then looking at the shift of showing the family dynamic in comedies to murder mysteries and a lot of death and shit like later on was also weird. But yeah, that was telling. Also, having Porzingis run the 5 is amazing. I fucking love it. And we might be all right. So that's mine.
Also,
okay.
Just last thing. It's about the Warriors. It's about the Warriors. Them running a college defense and pissing off other teams is something I love so much. The triangle too, that they run in like Mac 10 colleges is brilliant because nobody knows what's going on. It's like they've forgotten that they ever went to college and it's shut down defense. Good for them. I love it.
Okay. I appreciated James's points. And I never really considered like the murder mystery shit. That's why I'm like, I made the point last week of like highlighting The Harder They Fall, which I rewatched this morning.
I've seen it twice. Holy
I rewatched it this morning. I rewatched it this morning.
I'm about to watch it after this pod.
Yo,
wait for the girlfriend. Me and the girlfriend's what
I'm tired of waiting on my wife.
I love Westerns. And this felt so genuine. Like they're having fun doing it and they're making an amazing film. It's so good.
It's one of those that I'll rewatch. Like it's okay. So if it came out in the 90s, it's one of those like movies that will be on TNT all the time. Like it's like it'll be on TNT all the time and I'll watch it every time it's on. Like I'm going to rewatch it again.
It's like
Speed.
Yes.
It's like Black Gunsmoke.
It's Black Tombstone.
It's Black Tombstone, Black Gunsmoke. Like this is going to be a classic. It is so good.
It's yes. But my point, like my final thought is on something completely separate. Listen, Marvel and Sony dropped the Spider-Man Far From Home, the second Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, and man, I have watched it at least 8 times already. Like, I am so excited for this movie. However, it did give me pause because in an interview, Tom Holland was saying that the director kept like, he would ask the director like what's going to happen next, and like the director would say like, yeah, I don't know, I'm still figuring it out. And I'm like, they're gonna Spider-Man 3 this shit, Tobey Maguire, and I'm like, this shit is gonna be ass. But the trailer was really good. You've got the Sinister Six almost, or if I'm right, you got the Sinister Six, because I think there are 2 goblins. I think there's a Hobgoblin and the Green Goblin. I think you got Sandman,
Goblin,
Electro, Doc Ock, and Lizard. And that's 6.
It's a Hobgoblin.
So in the comics, there's a Hobgoblin villain and there's a Green Goblin villain.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I had forgotten about that.
And I think both of them will be in Spider-Man. And I think, well, of course, we'll get like Andrew Garfield and we'll get Tobey Maguire. And I'm praying. Last shot, one of the last shots in the Spider-Man trailer was MJ falling. And it mirrored the shot from the Amazing Spider-Man 2 of Gwen Stacy falling when she dies, which is probably like one of the greatest scenes in Spider-Man history. Like, it's just a sad ass scene, but it's just like, it's done so well. Like, you can tell her neck snaps or whatever. But I really hope in that scene that Andrew Garfield is the one who saves MJ, and like not Tom Holland, and just like because he didn't get to save Gwen, and it would warm my heart. It would really warm my heart to see that.
Man, you are more of a nerd than I am. I applaud you for that.
He's a big time nerd. Did you see the Brazilian trailer?
No.
Apparently, so I guess I don't like Brazil. Apparently, they fucked up with something with the CGI and covering some stuff up in the trailer. So there's some stuff that happens to Lizard that you could clearly see
when he got punched.
When he got punched, they clearly airbrushed that out. So we kind of got a feeling when we know what's happening. That was a great final thought, King. Great final thought. I did remember one more thing, and it's just a fuck you to someone. Hey, Kanye, I finally got your stem player. What the fuck is this bullshit? It's a fucking piece of shit. What is this? I paid $300 for this motherfucker. What is it?
300?
It was either 200 or 300. I forget. But you bought it like 8 months ago. You completely forget you did it, and it just comes in a FedEx package. It looks like a goddamn makeup kit. What the fuck is this? The audio quality is shit. I guess I gotta use the headphones because, like, I'm playing. I'm like, what? This feels like a keychain MP3 player. Like, what the fuck is this shit? I haven't been able to get a full run through just yet. I will, but so far, initial impressions. What the fuck?
Did you say that it gives you pause?
Fuck you. Right?
Speaking
or play
real quick. Speaking of Kanye. He pieced it up with Drake, and under duress.
Yeah, under complete fucking duress.
Under duress. Under duress. And I just think that shit is hilarious, bro. I tweeted out like one of the lyrics Drake said. I don't remember it right now. And it's like kind of accurate of depicting of the situation. But it's wild that they can piece it up. After all this shit, like literally like a month and a half ago, Drake was talking shit about Kanye, like on Instagram, sending subs, and like Kanye had doxed his address literally 2 months ago, and it's like, yo, bro. But I know like the bigger issues with Pusha T, and I know there will be no movement there, but there will be no movement there. But them piecing it up is still hilarious to me. I just want to say that.
Virginia's finest.
All right. My last point for the day is that my friend just got retweeted by Ian Rappaport, and I'm proud of her. Congratulations, Ree.
That's probably awesome.
She's she works for the reporters for Washington football team.
Oh, yeah, Marcus Stroman liked one of my tweets. That felt pretty good.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've been getting a lot of traction on the podcast.
Shout out, Stro.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I ain't gonna lie, I've been getting cooked.
I mean, do it. Also, how do you, dude? Literally, I'll work for like 3 hours and I'll open Twitter and it'll be like 7,000 ASOS comments.
I've
Just
had
bing,
to
bing,
log
bing,
out.
bing, bing.
I had to log out.
Look,
There's
man,
no chance I keep
K
Twitter
Dot
active.
said what needed to be done
Hey, I will
based
say
on
this.
statistics, and I'm doing it.
When it comes to
I'm
this
not.
podcast, I can tell James jump. Not only has he like already, he doesn't ask how high. He's giving me varieties of height already. He's just jumping. He's just fucking going.
Just
Okay,
fucking doing
it's
it.
amazing. It's fucking amazing. I do
I
love it.
love it.
I love
love
it.
it.
His heart's fully into it. I love it.
So, Keem,
All right, boys.
you can jump in whenever you want, man.
Okay, I will.
He's just gonna trash talk Raiders Twitter. And make
I don't care. Like,
I'm literally gonna tweet like how I would from when I tweeted from Chattanooga Times Free Press or some shit like that with a little bit more umph to it.
yeah,
Like,
I'm with it.
Love it. Love it.
I
Can't wait.
love that. I'm just gonna be like starting shit and then
and posting memes.
Is this you?
All right. Well, oh, God damn it. I thought I smoked entirely too much weed.
Dude,
Motherfucker.
I turned my weed pen, or I didn't. My buddy Doug turned the voltage all the way up, and I forgot. And then last night I hit that shit when I still had more work to do. I did that work this morning. I was so high. I was incapacitatedly high, and I needed a nap for 9 hours. And that's why I have lots of work to do tonight. I love you all. I'm fucking out.
Peace.
Short-term memory sound. Yeah. Peace.